General Kraz Thul's massive frame dominated the diplomatic chamber aboard the dreadnought's inevitable conquest. 6 limbs, each capable of crushing titanium, were arranged in a formal posture of dominance. The exoskeletal plates, covering his body scarred from 100 victorious battles, gleamed under the harsh lights of the chamber. Behind him stood a dozen Tralvaxian warriors, each standing 3 meters tall, their bioarmor pulsing with barely contained aggression. Across from this intimidating assembly sat a single human woman in a simple gray jumpsuit. Ambassador Elena Chen appeared almost comically small compared to the alien delegation. She sipped calmly from a mug of coffee, seemingly unconcerned by the tension filling the room. "We have reviewed your species' military capabilities," General Kraz Thul rumbled. Mandibles clicking in what humans had learned was a gesture of contempt. "Your vessels are fragile. Your weapons are primitive. Your numbers are insignificant." Elena nodded politely. "And yet, here we are, having this conversation." The general's upper limbs twitched a sign of irritation. "Yes, because despite your obvious inferiority, your forces have somehow repelled 3 of our battle groups. We have lost 17 warships." His voice lowered to a threatening growl. "This cannot be explained. I'm authorized to negotiate terms of a peaceful resolution," Elena offered, setting down her mug. "There's no need for further hostilities." "Deception." The general slammed a limb against the table, cracking its surface. "Our intelligence networks have intercepted your communications. We know about your secret weapon. We demand immediate surrender of the beast." Elena blinked, momentarily confused. Then understanding dawned on her face, followed inexplicably by a smile. "General Kraz Thul," she said carefully, "I believe there's been a significant misunderstanding. Do not insult my intelligence, human." The general's voice boomed through the chamber. "Our intercepts clearly identified this beast as the source of our defeats. Your own commanders speak of it with reverence and fear. They call upon it only in their most desperate moments." Elena struggled to maintain her diplomatic composure. "May I ask what specifically you've heard about this beast?" The general gestured, and one of his officers activated a holographic display. Audio recordings played, translated into the common diplomatic language. "We're surrounded. Release the beast. The beast has been deployed. May whatever gods they worship have mercy on them. The beast is loose in their engine section. It's over for them now." Elena pressed her lips together, clearly fighting back laughter. "You find your ultimate weapon amusing, human?" The general's voice had dropped to a dangerous whisper. "General," Elena said, tapping her communication badge, "with your permission, I'd like to arrange a demonstration. I believe it will clarify matters considerably." Suspicious but curious, the general gave a curt nod of assent. 20 minutes later, the diplomatic chamber's door slid open. A human marine stepped through, holding something on a leash. The Tralvaxian warriors immediately moved into defensive positions, weapons at ready. What entered the room was not the planet-killing superweapon they had feared. It was not the genetic monstrosity their intelligence had suggested. It was not the sentient virus their scientists had hypothesized. It was a dog. More specifically, a golden retriever with a wagging tail and a red bandana around its neck. Its tongue lolled happily as it looked around the room with bright, friendly eyes. "General Kraz Thul," Elena said formally, "I present to you the beast, whose full designation is Beastie. She holds the rank of morale officer in the Earth Defense Force." The general stared in disbelief. "This is your secret weapon? This small, furry creature? I assure you she's quite dangerous," Elena said with absolute seriousness. "To tennis balls and squeaky toys primarily." The marine handler whispered something to the dog, who promptly sat and offered a paw in the direction of the general. "She would like to shake hands limbs as a gesture of friendship," the handler explained. General Krauss-Thule remained frozen, mandibles clicking rapidly in confusion. But the intercepts, the devastation. Elena sighed. General, I believe your intelligence analysts have made a serious contextual error. Beastie here is our therapy dog. When morale is low or situations become tense, we release the beast to help our crews remain calm and focused. That cannot be the entire explanation, the general insisted. Our warships were destroyed. Oh, that had nothing to do with the dog, Elena said dismissively. That was just standard tactical response. But you see, Beastie here has a habit of finding her way into all sorts of places on our ships. She's quite the escape artist. Sometimes she ends up in critical areas during combat situations. The general's compound eyes narrowed. Are you claiming that your victories against our elite forces were achieved while your crews were distracted by petting this creature? Not distracted, inspired, Elena corrected. It's remarkable what humans will do to protect something they love. As if to demonstrate, Beastie trotted forward and nuzzled against the general's lowest limb. The Tralvaxian warriors tensed, but their commander remained still, looking down at the friendly animal with obvious bewilderment. Your most fearsome weapon is kindness? He finally asked. Elena shrugged. Sometimes. It depends on the situation. We have plenty of actual weapons too, of course. But you'd be surprised how effective a moment of joy can be in the middle of chaos. To everyone's surprise, Beastie rolled onto her back at the general's feet, exposing her belly in the universal canine request for scratches. She likes you, the handler observed. After a moment's hesitation, General Krauss-Thule lowered one of his massive limbs and awkwardly patted the dog's stomach. Beastie's tail wagged furiously in response. Remarkable, he muttered. It produces unusual sensations. We call that happiness, Elena supplied helpfully. The diplomatic discussions that followed were unprecedented in Tralvaxian history. By the end of the day, General Krauss-Thule had not only negotiated a ceasefire, but had also formally requested permission to establish a cultural exchange program, starting with a shipment of what the humans called pupies. As news spread throughout the Tralvaxian fleet that the dreaded beast was actually a friendly four-legged companion, morale among the alien forces plummeted. How could they possibly have been defeated by humans who place such value on soft, non-threatening creatures?